Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Move it slow motion for me. What's up? Happy, healthy, most authentic, and vibrant collective. So, I already started. I got 2 cards, and I got those that attempted to imbalance you, throw you off your path, throw you off of your justice, okay, your balance really from within, are being shown, okay, they're seeing, this is, I don't feel that it's just spiritual now, I feel like they've already been shown in the spirit. Now, this is physically being shown to them, okay, that all of the energetic attacks, spiritual attacks sent your way, even from those closest to you, were throwing you off for a time, you know, and they're being shown that you are walking your divine path clearer than ever, doing it, looking great, smelling divine, you know, walking in the path of the Most High, walking in your life's, you know, fulfillment, your wish fulfillment, and your life's soul's calling, your purpose, okay? And they're nowhere in sight. And they're realizing that it's because of them in your energy that you are now being viewed as an energy healer of the ages, okay? So we have a Gemini in the energy, or there's clear communication of this to a lover, to an ex-lover, or for some of you, this is an off and on thing for many years here with air. So it's like things were said but never followed through is what the air is showing me. Body language. This individual may have body shamed you, or they may have felt, you know, insecure about their body, or, you know, both, you know, all the above. Maybe they shamed you because they were insecure. Dr. Doolittle out here. So maybe they felt inadequate, they felt insecure, they felt, you know, like you were a model or a role model and they couldn't live up to you, okay? Telepathy, but I'm getting twin energy with this, okay? And that is, Gemini is the twins. So this could be, you know, the twin flame journey for you, if you so choose to get back on that path. Or, I mean, you're never really off of it, but what I'm saying is, if you so choose to allow this lover, ex-lover, or off and on back into your energy, okay, with air here still. This individual is being shown, though, okay, so they may be with a karmic, in a karmic relationship, and they're realizing, they're waking up that this was a really poor investment, okay, with what was the worst purchase you ever made. And it's my Gemini card, okay? They're seeing you as a divine feminine. I can't make this up. They used to view you as taboo, but that's because they were living in their South Node and they had things to hide. So, you know, if you were a practitioner of a divination of any sorts, you know, even if that's just opening your Bible and finding a message for the day, that's a divination technique, okay? Even if you were close to God and they had a God complex this whole time, okay, because it was like, how dare you have it all? How dare you be kind and believe in a higher savior? How dare you be attractive? And, you know, this individual really, their self-talk was very negative, and I think that I feel like they've been working on this because they see how far you've come. So I'm speaking to a collective of divine feminines, even if you're a male and you resonate mostly with your femininity, okay? There's an X out here, villain era. They see why you choose yourself. That is to be chosen. When you choose yourself time and time and time and time and again. And, you know, boundaries is a form of self-love. Oh, sorry, my chair squeaked. So we have ABC peeps out here. So they may have even gotten into a DUI. And I feel like they've you're gonna know who I'm talking about. This is an ex of yours, into some capacity, whether things went somewhere. It was an off and on relationship for you. Um, so this individual has had, they were halted. Okay, this DUI or some kind of, criminal charge, or even an accident that they were in, something happened to them that their life flashed before their eyes. But I'm feeling like and I heard it today, your one is on their way to incarceration, and I saw a bunch of charter buses today. Like when the sheriffs transport the prisoners, and I was just like, okay, so that's in the energy, like, so someone may be behind bars right now, and that's the way God, had to have it be for them, because they weren't going to stop. They weren't going to stop. They weren't going to change. But there's something that the Divine Feminine did as of recent as well. Excuse me. That shifted the trajectory, can't say it, trajectory of the energy, we'll call it. Okay? Because I can't say you have control over destiny and fate, but you have some kind of wizardry and manifestation techniques and manipulation in the energy through prayers and affirmation and pure intent, okay? And this shifted the trajectory for this individual, but it always had to be this way, right? Like, it's written in the stars before anything, so it's like whatever you were called to do, maybe you did a protection spell, you casted an unconditional loving spell to the planet, not to utilize anyone's free will against them or anything like that, but just so that people can love one another, easier, right? Like, make it easier, and instead of snapping at the little things, it's like, let me breathe first, and then let me come back to this, for people to wake up and think before reacting versus, the responding kind of thing. But this individual, you've lost contact with, or they have no contact with anybody that they thought. So I feel like they were also, they were cut off. They were cut off. Something happened, either an accident or a Dewey, or, they left their karmic, and I feel like their family, and I see transit. You guys, I can't make this up. Transit. Okay. They are really real. They're remembering how they treated you. Okay. And we have more confirmation of Gemini here, third house. Friction, cataclysm, and high heat. So yeah, there's this tower moment that they could have even gotten into an accident when it was raining, because I see the storm is here, the storm is back. They see how abundant you are, okay? So it's like, I see someone behind bars, and I see like one last friend of theirs, or maybe a relative, a brother or something. I'm seeing two masculines, and one of them is telling, the one on the outside is telling the one behind the bars, or the glass, yeah, she's doing like really good. So, I mean, you're in here, she's out here like tearing shit up in all the ethical ways. So what happened, So I feel like there's a lot of things airing out, okay? Because this ex really fucked up your life with the gift of defamation. I can't even say the gift of gab, and I've been picking that up in the energy. Okay, they destroyed relationships. You may have lost your children because of them. You lost your stability. You became homeless. You may have been addicted to certain substances. I mean, this individual was maniacal to you, okay? And all you wanted to do was love them. You weren't trying to fix them because you knew you needed fixing the whole time, okay? So you were still working on your self-care and how to self-improve and be the best version of you. Um, and, you know, this individual may have told you certain things like, I'm not here for you, I'm here for your kids, and I don't love you, I love your kids. Or they would have told you stuff like, just they were very narcissistic, okay? And it's because that's how they would talk to themselves. That's how they treat themselves. This individual could be struggling with skin condition, hives, scabies. I'm telling you, this karmic that they were with fucked them up. What they did to you, they experienced with this karmic, but worse, way worse, okay? Because I feel like everyone had third parties. So this individual may have even contracted an STI, okay? Excuse me. Yeah, we have Holy Trine, water. So they're in their emotions praying that you'll answer their call. So they know about SEX magic. And they're using their wand to chime your energy, okay? You know? And it's coming out sideways. And name the one worst quality, and I almost couldn't say one. So it's like they didn't want to admit that you were the one for them. They were too afraid. Like you love them to a capacity that it made them run. It made them run. So it was a total runner chaser dynamic. Okay, name the one worst quality you cannot tolerate in a partner. And it's like they probably couldn't tolerate how emotional you were here, because we have fourth house, which is a water sign as well. So you can resonate with being Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Or just having them heavy in your charts, allowing you to feel through your emotions and allow it to be your superpower. So this individual's really, you know, waking up to this. They could have been with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, or they could have been working with a fire sign in order to create instability in your emotions. If you're the water sign, take it how it resonates. Or this water sign could have been working with, you know, this Gemini against a fire sign. Yeah, this Cancer could have been working with a Gemini against a fire sign, okay? Like in the spirit even. Not well endowed rock collector. So this person may have even gotten into certain addictions here. And we have Sagittarius, the fire sign. More confirmation. This is what they were talking about you. You know, that you were into certain addictions. And they wanted you to go to jail. And now what they wanted for you is happening to them. So this Gemini is giving up names. This is the one giving up names because they were caught in a DUI. And now they're like, no, I'll give you information on why we effed up Divine Feminine's life, why she's been homeless, and why she doesn't have her kids, and why she can't gain stability. You know, they're frantic. They know what they've done, and they know that this karma that's happening to them is because they came after you, when all you wanted to do was show them unconditional love and truth and clarity, okay? And they were fighting you tooth and nail the whole time, like a child, but worse, because they could have been 6 feet or over, okay? I see someone tall. Cherry energy flocking soul tribe. Yeah, they're giving up names here. They're like, this is who, and more Cancerian energy. This has been coming out very heavy. So they could have even been working with a South Node Cancer, possibly, you know, a relative of yours, a family member, someone that you considered family that you cut off as well. Stale soulmates. I can't make this up. Unions of convenience. So they are divulging. They're behind bars, and they're divulging that the Sagittarius defamated this North Node Cancer while they were in their North Node, okay? They've always been walking their North Node. It's just that they may have been healing through their emotions and didn't have the privacy for it because they were, you know, they had their stability taken away from them. They had their root busted because of these individuals. So whatever healing journey they went on, they may have looked south note to these individuals, but the whole time they were walking the path of the divine. Yeah. And these individuals realize this now. That was that sigh. Thank you. So they're giving up these names. What else, Spirit, can you tell me? What's to come of this? Scoundrel, scabies, internal, inherit, missing chromosomes, missing genomes. When I said chromosomes, I get offspring. So this individual knows that, you know, children are suffering because of them. So they've surrendered to the unknown and they've answered their call here of the divine, and now they are they're in isolation with Hermit out here, plotting and conspiring, or feeling stupid, mixed stupid, for plotting and conspiring against a divine being out of envy. So this individual may have tried accusing you for attempted, you know, unaliving on them as well. Try taking you to court for this. The divine feminines watching this, I know that you would hurt yourself before you would go after another. Especially if you're this water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You would self-destruct, self-sabotage before you would hurt this individual, which is why you went through what you went through, right? Because anyone can steal and lie and manipulate and cheat and work their way into, you know, let's just say if you were made homeless, you could have used individuals to, you know, house you while you just sit back and have fun and continue to party. Ooh, you know what I mean? Or, you know, if you had no food or access to food, you could have stolen things, you know, and this individual wanted you to do these things so that you would get caught. So this individual had you followed. I'm getting private investigators. So either they became a private investigator at some point, or they hired private investigators over you. They were hiring others to keep an eye on you, to gang stalk you. And because this individual was doing this, God was like, you're obsessed. You won't stop. I'm going to have to stop you. So something happened where they were driving. I'm getting an accident, okay? But at the very minimal, they got pulled over and got a DUI, possibly even on their way to you. Sorry, I'm getting confirmation of that right now. Here with lyrics, music. So they may try to communicate through music to you, or they wrote you music or an album, or made you a tape, or they get in their feels, because I'm picking up someone that's, I feel, ooh, like drink, like I got a couple drinks in me right now. So I feel like they like to just kick back and drink and listen to music of, you know, music maybe that y'all would listen to at some point in the relationship or the friendship, okay? And they know that they chose the karmic. They know this now. Yeah, communication through the lyrics. Hermit. So they isolate themselves and they listen to music and they cry themselves to sleep and they feel stupid because they chose to be with a stale soulmate, a union of convenience, okay? And they're realizing what they had, because this karmic was like a bajillion times worse than anything they ever thought you were. And they only thought you were these things because they were projecting what they were doing to you behind your back. They were projecting that. So they expose themselves, and they know that they can't come back from this. Reincarnate. But it's in so it's not in the reverse, it's on the sideways. So flatline, lifeless, moody, past resuscitation. So it's like, not only do they, it's like they disengage when they're listening to music, and they just go back to better days. But I think that's the name of a song too, Better Days. I can't think of it or how, but Better Days stood out to me, so I'll probably YouTube that later. But what do you think happens? So they go through their ego death incrementally because they've turned to certain substances to numb. Okay, but this individual does have a strong mind. They do have a strong mind. They're very intellectual. I mean, if they're Gemini, they're charming, they're intellectual, even in their south node, but, you know, especially in their north node. And they're very, like, community based. They like to go and meet new individuals and pick brains. They like to pick brains. Okay, they're a forever student, is what I'm picking up on. And they feel like, wow, I am getting that they did all these things for you in a sense, okay? Like, almost like if you were unalived and they were living like in this thing in their head, okay? This time in their head, but it's like you were so distant from them that they saw you, they took it as you were unalived. And they would go to the park and, like, maybe drink at the park and have conversations, whether it be out loud or in their head, but like if they were talking to you. So this individual is stuck in the past. They're replaying something in their head over and over and over and over, okay? They can't seem to stop. Prayers and affirmations. So we have Aquarius out here. Can you tell me more about this Aquarius, please? Because, please and thank you, Spirit. We have you ever broken the law? So we have an Aquarius out here. So they could have even been working with an Aquarius. Possibly that's a father figure in your life. And created controversy. Or this Aquarius communicated the controversy that this Gemini caused for this Cancer with sinister behavior out here. Here, I'll show you guys. Aquarius and sinister behavior. So this can be taken a couple of ways, okay? This Aquarius could have broken the law with this Gemini or because of this Gemini. With what's your worst habit? Grooming children. So I feel like there's gonna, Lotion XL, so and then grooming children. So it was like they weren't prepared, or there is some kind of sinister behavior with children involved, whether it, we all groom our children in some way, okay? That's just the way society, because we're groomed. We're groomed, okay? Whether it be wear a bra in school, or shave your legs at a certain age, or don't shave your legs, like certain things that groom us, right? We call them self-care, but at the end of the day, it's like, who are you shaving for? Why are we wearing bras on our little children? And, why do 9-year-olds get certain, things around the month? Like, just things like this, okay? When we really break it down, so it can go from one side of the spectrum to the extreme side of the spectrum, right? But something about, or the way that you were raising your children, this Aquarius, something this Aquarius is coming to terms with here with stale soulmates. So this Aquarius could have possibly even called the authorities on this Sagittarius or on this Gemini, thank you, Spirit, or something to do with court. I am more confused than anything right now. I just got hit with a wave of confusion, not of my own, so I don't hang on to that emotion. Spirit, can I have clarification on this, please? Please allow me to put my ego aside and allow this to be all of you. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, I see. There was an unaliving, possibly an Aquarius, okay? Because I picked up father figure. So either there's a father figure hiding this, or someone's hiding that a father figure has passed away with matrix and detoxing because they knew about the sinister behavior and wanted to speak upon it. With taking bait, hook, line, and sinker. Okay. And we have a Taurus out here as well, second house. And they're not doing well. I see built for tough, but I only read the built part of it. It's like they were built for the matrix. So this individual is very gluttonous, very lustful, very vindictive. They see that you're getting your fairy tale here with enchantment. Also, I take enchantment as like someone was trying to cast glamour spells. Okay, with Taurus here on the side, not in the reverse, not in the upright, but on the side. Presented with the opportunity to be immortal. Precise. Spirit is saying precise. Also, this Aquarius could have been viewed as a OCD or perfectionist. Also, they could have been viewed as a creep for an SA. So maybe they were dating someone younger than them as well here with taking bait, hook, line, and sinker, and then the Humpty Dumpty. They were a covert narcissist. Perfectionist, faking smiles, faking kisses, okay? Possibly in law enforcement or working with authorities, with roasted piggies, so corruption. So they were corrupt, even if they weren't working for the law, they could have just been corrupt, okay? Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. Guys, I worked out really hard yesterday and my body is feeling it today. Normally, I'm happy about that, but today I'm just like energetically, as you can tell. Oh my gosh, I can't make this shit up. It's just saying corrupt law officials, and that's the card that comes out. Thank you, Spirit. And there's no place like home. So possibly, really what I'm feeling, thank you, Spirit. I picked up on a premeditated unaliving here, okay? So these individuals were all working together to bury you, and now they're burying one another, whether it be physically, well, it's still physically, or verbally, okay? This is all being, this tower moment is just like, imagine setting up an entire house, fuck that, an entire estate or mansion of dominoes, okay? This is literally what this is. And then there's like little traps that set different ones. This is what this is set off. This is what this Gemini be communicating, okay? And when I do it like that, it's like it's reverberating and it's being really, it's impacting a lot. Because everything they're saying, even though for a time people they weren't believing it, okay? They were just like, yeah, pal, whatever, shut up. Go back to your padded room, or go back to your cell, or however, go back to your tank, your sober tank, go sober up. I feel like this individual was brought in, whether they were in hospital or they were in mental institution. They were institutionalized in one way or another. And whenever they woke up out of whatever, maybe they experienced an NDE. I won't be surprised if I see NDE come out, but no one knows. So no one knows Libra out here. And then we have Ajna, Sahaswara and Ajna. So it's like they know that you knew this whole time. You were uploaded, and you saw this. You saw this before it was really even uploaded. And then as it goes on, the divine has been gifting you, granting you access with uploads, okay? And you've been adapting, you've been evolving, you've been moving forward. You may have moved around a lot with U-Haul. You've had to remain balanced with what's your ideal vacation. That gives me like, you've had to be on vacation land. You've had to be on vacation land from here and here in order for this to come together. Okay, you're Route 2, but I felt like at some point you were just like, yeah, whatever. I'll live in a fucking tree house if I have to build it myself out of clay. You know, all I need is water to make sure I have enough saliva in me to make this happen. You were just like, I don't care. I'll do what I need to do. You knew what was on the line, and you knew that the conviction that you were, the conviction that you were gifted, we'll call it. You knew that you would be a testimony of God one day. You didn't know when, you didn't know how, but you trusted. You trusted. And you still kept moving forward. And now these individuals are here to pay the piper. And you are now seeing this. There's something you need to let go, though, first. Something in your energy that you need. And I feel like it's something to do with forgiveness still. Because the divine only wants you to forgive when you're like in spiritual court, so that you can make a judgment call in an open-hearted way, in a non-biased, non-judgmental way. But also it's like, get your healing done before. That's why you're gifted. That's why you're psychic, right? Is so that you can heal before it physically comes out. And you're just like, yeah, I already healed from that. At least surface level healed from that. Thank you for confirming. I'm going to go peel back the rest of the layers of that healing. You know, that maybe that's how you handle it, especially if you're a water sign. Shorty don't want to be saved, don't save her. Again, so it's like the way that you heal, you like to do it in private, and this was once viewed as your weakness, and you're just like, when have you ever known me to never come back from this, from anything? You know, so it's like individuals knew you weren't weak. They knew that they were the weak ones for not being able to honor themselves the way that you have shown honor to your lineage, to yourself, to the Most High, to your ancestors that chose you to carry this torch. Name the one bad quality you can tolerate. So this individual, I picked up on this maybe about a month ago now. This individual spoke out of fear. Okay, they spoke because God forced their mouth to, really. So they are speaking upon the things that, the destruction that they brought upon to your life, right? It was like the last conversation, you were like, I could do bad all by myself. And you walked away, and then it was like, you were doing great. They saw you doing great, and they couldn't allow for that. So they set roadkill, but road traps along the way. And then we're just like, see, she needed me. She effed up. Because I'm speaking to my divine feminines. She effed up. She lost out. And now it's like people are seeing how diabolical they really were, but they still, they want you to save them, okay? Thursday, Jupiter, poetic justice. And today is Thursday, so this could have happened literally today. 222, you may be seeing six, number six everywhere. 616, 666, 0606, 66, 51, 15. What childish thing do you still enjoy doing? So this individual is going to attempt to manipulate you using children, or own up to the fact that they've been a man-child honeymoon here. For another go-around, let's do brunch. So expect communication from an ex-lover at the very least. It could be a Gemini. It could just be an air sign, okay? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I'm picking up Scorpio as well in the energy heavily, but we are leaving Scorpio into Sagittarius. So that could still be, or it could be that this individual wants to allow you, they want to express to you that they've had ego death and rebirth, okay? But there's more to this. The divine is having me deliver this message right now to allow the awareness that we allow in with unconditional love, that this individual is coming from a place of ego still. They're coming from a place of fear, but it could be fear of really losing you, right? But they've already lost you. So, you know, you're really going to want to use your discernment here. But I feel a lot of you are going to be grateful for the free food, for the free brunch at Hayes Mansion. Sorry, that's my favorite place to brunch. Okay, besides the Atlantis. But, so just because I see let's do brunch. So they want to come in and allow you to see the growth that they have accomplished. Yeah, and now they feel like they earn the title of divine masculine, and it's coming out here, so the divine is allowing it to, okay, balanced magician. They see that they feel like you're the Merlin to their half of magician, okay? Do you have a hidden talent? And this is current energy. Again, we have Thursday out here and we have en route. Because they miss you. They discovered that they miss you. Okay? They may also see that, you know, even if you like fluctuate in weight, it doesn't matter what weight you are. They like enjoy, there's something to do with your physique. They love your physique. They may like your strength, you know, your personal strength, but I feel like they admire the way that you take care of yourself, no matter what they put you through, or no matter what you've been through, okay? That needed to come out. It's something, they miss your body, they miss your scent, they miss snuggling with you. They literally cover blown here. Yeah, they know. Cover blown. So it's like the karmic they were with knew this too. Okay? And this karmic was very jealous here. But they've been humbled here with humble. Or they also know that the way that you use your body is in a humble way. Like you don't flaunt, you don't wear certain attire to flaunt. You wear what's comfortable. You enjoy, you know, comfortable style. You know, you don't go bankrupt just to buy a certain brand. Like you're not generic, like basic. You're not like the rest of the sheeple, okay? So we have divine masculine currently humbled, okay? Harry Potter, they see who you are. They see that you walk with the divine, mild, medium, spicy. So it was like they turned up the notch. You know, the divine turned up the notch on you. You're magnetic, you're glowing, you have this huge glow up. You're very wealthy in the spirit at the very least, okay? So this individual is admitting to wearing a wire and to secret recording. So I'm telling you, they got picked up for Dewey. And then they did some, gift of gab. And they were working as an informant. And now they're done. It's like they're off. They're off. So maybe this individual couldn't come in at an earlier time to tell you what was going on, okay, when no one knows. No one knew that they were wearing a wire, so no one was supposed to know, and he knew or she knew or they knew that if they came in your energy, you would sniff out something fishy, okay? Even if it wasn't like a bad thing, they just knew that if they came around you, you would call them out. No ish. Just hands down, hands out, and exposed, and you would expose them. And so this individual they don't want to wait anymore. I can't even talk. It's like they see you and they just it's like they don't when a kid sees their mom come home or something, or from picking up at daycare, and they're just like they can't contain the excitement. They're just like and they just want a hug. That's literally what I'm feeling from this individual's energy. Yeah, too hot to handle, catfishing. So they may even want to come in and propose to you. And I feel like the warmth in my anahata. I feel like, it's like the mind and the heart don't wanna. The mind and the heart don't wanna. And I feel like this is what this individual is projecting and letting you know, like, this is what they were struggling with. But they want your forgiveness at the very least, okay? So if you do so choose to, entertain the thought and idea of this, possibly reconciliation, reincarnation of this relationship to the capacity that you so choose to, really take it slow. Really take it slow, because, this individual is, I want to say they've acquired some wisdom, because the way I want to stay quiet like that, it's like, really pick your words carefully. Are they up to maniacal things, please and thank you, Spirit? Narnia, they know your heaven's gates. Narnia, they know they're, okay, so they're understanding their mission here with you. High probability. And you want to know something? I just asked the question and then I seen Narnia, and it was like, it distracted me to the point where I forgot my last question, and it's coming out to high probability. But I know my question was asking if this is inauthentic, or a high probability that they've accrued this wisdom, okay? So they know what it takes to come at you in the good senses, They're realizing they can't just come towards you, and they've realized this, and I'm really just feeling like this anticipation. So this is coming in really soon. Like really, really soon. ¿Qué dice? Bank. What bank is this, please and thank you, Spirit? Okay, so I'm seeing bank and honeymoon together. And when I see them together, I think of a trust fund. And I think of individuals collaborating in a contract with a trust fund. Okay? I really feel like this individual is coming in with a proposal for you. Take that how it resonates. They may propose to move in together. They may propose to get married. They may propose to be business partners. Maybe you guys make music. I was going to say make magic together. There's something artistic that the both of you are here to share with the world. There's something here. I'm getting really emotional because of the impact that this is having on the planet. This is cataclysmic for evildoers, right? For those that want to live egotistically in the flesh, because wow. I mean, it even brought a tear to my eye. Not really. I had to like push it out because I'm so emotionally constipated. Hysterectomy. Gotta love that, right? So, Okay, so this is the real. You're gonna know what to do when you're faced with it, because I'm seeing 222, I'm seeing honeymoon, I'm seeing bank, and I'm seeing DUI. So I see that this individual wants to come in and marry you because you cannot testify against your spouse. Okay? So if that's the way you roll, if you roll hard for your peeps, it depends how hard you want to roll. Okay? This is a decision. Again, you're gonna really wanna use your this is what the divine has been preparing you for. So this is really up to you. It's really up to you. And coming from a neutral place, you know, that's something, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. And if you don't feel what you, because I'm getting a lot of nerves, so that could just be the projection that they're putting onto you as well, for coming in and asking you such a really honorary, why did I say honorary? Asking you a very controversial question, okay? I'm at a loss, and I feel like that's how you're going to feel when this happens, because you're just going to be like, you know, I feel like I see two people speaking in a vehicle on their way somewhere, maybe brunch, and passengers holding a bouquet of flowers, and the driver is just staring, you know, at the road, and they have this big smile on their face, okay? And passenger feels at home, okay? So you'll know when you feel this. If you feel any nerves, this is what the divine is wanting you to heal, so that you can fully forgive a situation here. This sinister behavior for this path, or is this, yeah, forgive the unions of conveniences, the sinister behavior, others baiting you or seeing you as bait and nothing else, just a pretty face or a handsome face, and leaving you high and dry, really, okay? But just know this lover or ex of yours coming back around they've been through it. They've really been through it. Let me tell you, whatever karmic relationship y'all had was nothing compared to what they've gotten out of and have been healing from. And they know why they had to go through it. They know why. And they are now realizing that it has shaped them to be an energy healer of the ages, okay? So they are of the divine. They almost weren't. And at the last second, they said, pop. The way my card, yeah. 2, union. Union. Safety and protection above all, and 13th house of fucus, so healing and safety. And you guys, these are, this is like my favorite cards together. This is like a once in, and again, it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing, kind of union. So the signs are there for you, but don't let me tell you what to do. Use your discernment, use your free will, use what you can, because who's to say you can't walk into this, but then, you can revise your soul's contract at any given time. If you need help with that, I would love to. Okay? I would love to. I'm here for you. I have been in situations where I've watched, people that I admire and that I learn from and that I get counsel from on YouTube. And I've been in a place where I have not been able to get half of that's why I am what I am, and that's why the services that I offer, I don't put a price to them, because I want everyone to have access to the knowledge of self, okay, to be able to tap, because I didn't have that. Okay, still working towards that, but I'm able to provide that for myself. So if you're in a situation too where you feel like you would like a little bit of a leverage, because when you tap into self, you are able to connect and change your perception long enough for it to change outwardly, okay? Without substances, okay? Without anything like that. So I encourage for y'all to reach out if you're so called to. I would love to. I'd be honored to help, okay, in any capacity I can. But these 2 cards are now my favorite cards that came out together, and safety and protection above all, okay? In a world that's not always so safe. And so it's like the duo, what's being provided from the divine. This is divine, contractual, I'm getting God ordained spouse, okay? And that I'm being vulnerable and sharing with you guys. That is very difficult for me to say because of the road that it's been, but at the same time, as it's just enlightening. We'll just say it's enlightening. And I have cash cow, cash flow here, so this together is like abundant. It screams abundance, but naturally, fluidly flowing, like forever. Whose calls do you avoid? Torturing the shadows of those that, don't walk in their divine purpose. This individual also has this like insatiable urge. They may be following you. They may be following you and seeing that you provide your own safety and protection, but they also have this insatiable craving to protect you. Okay, and it started from a place of guilt, and now it's like, and then they felt all the notions. They felt guilt, they felt envy, they felt left out, FOMO. They felt happy for you, and they've gotten to the point where you've had them in all of their feels, okay, and no one's ever been able to do that before, okay? They don't know how you do it, and it's because of the love that they hold for you. So it's not that you're doing it, it's just that you're allowing for it to come to the surface for them. And it comes with such ease. I'm saying, when this individual sees like others around you, they like, it just, it's toe curdling for them in not the best ways, okay? I feel like this individual just, they cry and out of rage because they want to do something about it, but they know they can't, okay? So that's healthy. That's healthy, because if you're going and healing about it rather than fighting about it with other individual, you know what I mean? But they also see how you carry yourself, and they see that the whole time, whatever they thought you were up to, you were just really healing yourself. And it showed. It showed in your actions, in your authenticity, in the way you handle situations with others and yourself. So it was like they grew this trust. And if they are really watching you, they are seeing that you're focused on yourself like you always have been. And that's something that they admire. And this is why it brought this individual. I see that there was a reading I did the other day, I think yesterday, where my eye was just, until I claimed someone's crying over you. This individual was crying because they knew they so they may even be a private investigator. They were working as an informant. Maybe they are still just keeping an eye on you some way, somehow. And in watching you, they cried because they see how, like, I want to say nurturing, how you fill others' cups. Even if yours is about to run dry, you will go and fill another's cups. And I'm getting emotional because I'm tapping into them. So they saw this firsthand, and they see how you interact with others and how you leave others just like enlightened. Someone can be having a bad day and you didn't know, but the divine sent you there for a reason, and so you made the most out of it. And you maybe did prayer with them, or you wished them well, you did something, you opened the door for them walking in somewhere or out somewhere. You do the small things, and you do them with such a pleasure, and it brightens other people's lives. Okay, they don't just talk about it for the rest of the day or think about it the rest of the day. They think about it, and they go home and they compare what you do to what they have, to who they have around them, and they start making those little life changes because all you did was pick up a fruit that they may have dropped, and you smiled so brightly at them and handed it to them, and you blessed them with abundance and with health and with happiness and to be divinely protected. And this individual has seen this about you, and it brought them to tears. I'm saying waterworks. Maybe that you're mirroring this individual, and I know I'm mirroring because they're heavy in my energy. Okay, whoever they are for you, they're heavy in my energy, but they were coming from a place where they were emotionally numb. And I'm telling you, you allow their emotions to get going, and that's something that they couldn't appreciate before because they were hiding. They had a mask, right? And it would expose and make that mask fall, and they weren't ready for that. So this is a definite twin flame energy, okay? Because it's like right person, wrong time. What topic are you tired of hearing about? So this individual, you're all they can talk about. Possession. They may be even claiming that you guys are together already. Something to do with the neck. Club gang crew. Okay, so when I see possession and I see neck, it's like they wanna embrace you. They want to embrace you, and they see you as their club, gang, crew, group, organization, their community. They see you as wish fulfillment, and others are tired of hearing this individual. And it's so funny how the roles have reversed. Okay, and that's the art of detachment. The art of love and war, okay, is the art of detachment. So if anyone asks you, what side would you choose? Detachment and let it flow. And what comes is meant. That's the wise decision. And after you detach, this individual, slowly but surely, even though they were avoiding it, incrementally we'll call it, has been healing from the detachment, and they didn't know what it was. Sorry, the heat turned on. But it sounded like water. So again, water and fire, water and heat. Okay? And we have a South Node water sign in Valhalla in the... No. Okay, they see that this water sign, I'm not taking it as a South Node, this water sign is heaven with Valhalla out here, because you can see into them, and they can see you now too. And they admit to being a transgressional trespasser over you, but now they're saying they are extremely invested in your well-being and in your security, and they want to be your Viking, okay? They want to be your Viking. They are claiming, I'm telling you, they're claiming you like in the spirit. Their spirit has this hold on you, but it's not, it's like a leash, but it's not a retractable leash. It's like you're holding your own leash pretty much, and they see you holding your own leash, and they're just like, what are you doing, silly? You know, what are you doing? Like, why are you even wearing that? Like, they don't want you to wear a leash anymore. They want, because they've seen you when you're set free, how you behave, and they see that they can trust, you know, you're a divine feminine. They see that they can trust you. And so they're just like, why would you wear that with me? Like, so this individual is literally day and night. This person coming to you is not the person you once knew. Okay, they don't even look the same. They don't even look the same. Yeah, they've done so much healing here. They also heal children. They're very good with children. With Destiny Swapper out here. I'm also feeling like they may have been raising a child that they were told was theirs, but it wasn't, by an Aries. Or this uprooted their whole life with Muladhara, first house, Aries, fire. And I'm telling you, the water and fire. So it's like they see how elements play a factor in something as well. Bank in energy. How elements play a factor in the energy. So they're studying. So like if you are, let's just say if you are in the medical sciences, okay, they're studying those things. If you are studying certain things, or if, let's just say you're not even studying, it's innate ability for you, okay? So you may be, I'm telling you, you're creative. You're some kind of creative. This individual has studied how close you are to whatever it is that you like to create, and they've learned some of the terminology. Even if they're not comfortable saying certain terms, they'll still say it and be like, oh, what is it called? Is it like what is it? You know, they'll ask for clarification on certain things, but they want you to know that they've taken interest in what it is that you do. Okay, they take what you do serious now. They see that it was never a joke for you, and that it SOSs. It saves lives out here. Maybe you like to purify water and give it away to, you know, individuals that are suffering from lack. Maybe it's something that simple, but you're just this little scientist, and it brings you such enjoyment just to speak into the water, give it life. You know, what are those Keegan machines or whatever they're called? Kangen. You know, maybe you're just like, well, if I can afford one, wealth for all. Like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm set on it, and I'm gonna uplift the community in this small way because I can, and I love it. And maybe for a time they were just like, what are you doing? You're such a weirdo, like, you know, and he was laughing with the karmic at you over this you know, endeavor that you created, and all of a sudden, bam, you have this whole organization now, your own enterprise of, you know, healthy divine earth angels that speak into water before you guys go and deliver it to homeless shelters or hospitals. And bam, you know what I mean? It's like the creativeness. They see this about you. Is there anything else, please and thank you, Spirit? Also, I'm feeling like this fire sign, this Aries, may try to come after you, because I'm looking at Aries and I'm looking at Muladhara and I'm looking at solar plexus healing, childhood activation. So it's like you activated them, but not in a healing way. And with I see you see me, it's like they're watching you, but then they're being watched. So, and then the whole wire energy. So I'm really feeling like this Aries got together with a group and wanted to come after you, and this Gemini went to go and say something about this, okay? Or something happened when they were wearing a wire that it picked up on this Aries and the plan that they had for you, or this Aries may have even outed this Gemini to begin with, okay? Something happened here between the two, but you're protected. Uplift me. So this Aries possibly watches you. Yeah, social. So you may have a platform, or you may have, you may be a public speaker and you may host seminars. You could be maybe like speaking on a podium like for AA or some kind of anonymous, and this individual sends others in to listen to what you have to say, okay? So this was the imposter in the energy, asking to be uplifted. They want your forgiveness. They've been doing some healing, okay? And they do want your forgiveness for something, but they also were making a lot of fun of you. And it was just all out of insecurity and envy, and others see this now. But I also feel like with social services out here and Aries, this individual was somehow monetizing. So like if whatever reason they had recordings, pictures of you, they would create memes and post them and make fun of you and do just really nasty things, or just always be like talking about you with coworkers. Really picking up with coworkers. Picking up that they are addicted to working because they don't like to heal. So they inflict their healing onto others, and I'm getting really itchy on my, it's like burning on my wrist. So this individual may even be like wanting to self-delete or something. I don't know, like my wrist is burning. I don't know if y'all can see, but... And we're talking about an Aries, a fire sign, and every time I say Aries, so they could have done spell work on your skin, your hair. It's all going back to them. It's all gone back to them. And I was just talking about how someone was doing some effed up stuff, and you're going to see they're going to either have a broken hand, missing fingers, or a missing whole hand, okay? This individual, yeah. Yeah, because the artillery, so the angelic realms are very invested. They may have been planning to come after you here with Akash, or they refused, and it's the NDE card, they refused to revise their soul's Akash. Or they may want to reach out to you for you to help, okay? So that's up to you if you so choose to. Yeah, because... Spirit saying, I smell fallen angel, and Akashic visit, and then I see uplift, and it's right under the Aries. I see you, see me. Breaking silence. Open up, breaking silence. So they may, and then we have South Node, pertaining to do with, so people are just speaking. I'm telling you, this is a domino effect. Baby about a baby. Oh, because you've exposed something to do with a baby that's possibly not this Gemini's, and this Gemini didn't know, okay? And so this Aries is like, Take it how it resonates. That might not be relevant for all of you. It may not be accurate for all of you, but it's in the energy. So I'm just reading what the energy is allowing me to. With Baby Yoda, fire, possibly a Leo. Have you ever stolen anything? So it's like... they know about missing children at the very least. They know about kidnapping children, or they know about children being misplaced out of the home and into the system. They know something to do pertaining with children and something to do with children not being biological. Okay, we'll just say that. We'll leave it vague. Flatline, possibly children that have, you know, crossed over as well because of drugs with Rock Collector out here. Totally tubular, hang loose, soldering tool. Duck, duck, goose. If you could have any animal in the world as a pet, what would it be and why? So someone's brother's baby that passed away, possibly because of drugs. Yeah, we have what's the last lie you told? Or this individual, this Aries, could have had a baby with this Gemini's brother. Possibly a Leo. Or Vishuddha. You're speaking on this, okay? With SEGGS trafficking, just the S part. South Node Earth sign. Jesus Lord, you guys, this is just like, this is some exposure. Yeah, we have a Pisces out here, or someone that's psychic. Yeah, so I'm picking up with this that you just exposed something, okay? You just exposed something that they were not aware of. Yeah, and they're witnessing this to be, okay? Or they're looking into it. They're further looking into it now. Spoiler alerts. Welcome to my channel. If you don't know me by now, my name is Valerie, and my content is purely for entertainment purposes, encouragement purposes, and empowerment purposes, okay? Take everything I say with a grain of salt. If it doesn't fit, don't make it. If it makes you uncomfortable, see your way out with unconditional love, and know that you are unconditionally loved right back and worthy of it, okay? Don't forget to keep up with your spiritual hygiene, your affirmations, and your frequencies, baby, okay? And drink water, because all that fire, okay? Much love, collective, one love.